Hey, what's up guys, this is Nashik from blog2.com and thank you for watching my video. And in this video we'll see some basic CSS tricks, okay? So this video is basically for the beginners, but anyone and everyone can watch this and benefit from this particular video, okay? So here we'll see some basic CSS tricks for WordPress website. But first let's understand what that actually means. For example, if you see this website over here, you have this font, this letter over here. So for example, I don't want and I don't like this font. This is just ugly font. I want to change this font. So how do you do that? If you're using a premium theme, there are chances that you may have a option to change font. In fact, there are high chances for that. But if you're using a free theme, there are very low chances that the theme provider will give you any option to change this font, okay? And again, if you want to change this menu color, this ugly menu color, so what do you do? So to do these kind of changes, for example, to remove this space, to make this thing full width, whatever you want to do, okay, CSS is very beautiful, very useful, okay? So we'll see all those settings, all those things over here. This video will be very useful. Make sure you watch the complete video, okay? So let's get started. So first come back to your dashboard, and before going further we first have to install a plugin that is a free plugin, okay? So how over here on plugins and click on add new. Now over here search for Custom CSS. Okay, so we'll be using this plugin, the first one, WP Add Custom CSS by Daniel Santis. So just click on install now. Okay, now click on activate. Okay guys, so our plugin is successfully activated. Now you will see this extra tab over here, add custom CSS, and on the left hand side. So just click on that. Okay guys, now here we'll be entering all our CSS rules, okay? So come back to your website. So first we'll see comments and paddings, okay? What are comments and paddings? For example, if you see the header, in fact you see the complete website, you'll notice that our main content starts from here, okay? All these things are actually waste. You know, we are wasting a lot of space over here on header and on menu bar, and the main content is starting after 30-40% of the page, okay? So we don't want that. We want to remove some extra spaces from here. For now, if you see, there is a lot of gap over here, you know, at the top and at the bottom. So we want to remove this gap. So how you do that? So first go to this gap, right click on that gap and click on inspect, okay? Now once you do so, you'll see this code over here. At the left hand side, these are basically HTML code, and at the right hand side, these are CSS code. We'll be playing on the right hand side with the CSS codes, okay? Now if you click on this, or if you hover here, you will see that this has changed the color. The blue section which you see is the main element, and the green section at top and bottom is the padding. So we have to remove that padding, the top and bottom space, okay? So at the right hand side, if you see over here, it says padding 90 pixels, okay? So we have to remove this 19 pixels. So select that and just type in 0. And as you can see, when I typed 0, the spacing both from top and bottom has gone. Okay, so it is very easy to do those things, okay? Now what you have to do, actually these settings have not yet taken place. It is just a visual, you're just seeing. But if you refresh the website, everything will be same, okay? So to do these settings, what we have to do, we have to copy this code from here, this padding code. Just copy it from here, come back over here and paste it. Now see, you will be adding and you will be pasting many different codes over here. So there are many chances that after few months, if you want to make some more changes, if you want to, you know, remove, if you again want to have those space, you like those space for any silly reason, okay? So what you'll do, you'll have to search a lot over here, where is your code? So to simplify and to make your job easy, there is something called comment, okay? To add a comment, what you have to do, just type in slash, this hashtag sign, and just type in your comment. For example, header CSS, okay? And then to close the comment, again hashtag and slash, okay? This is not compulsory, this is for you, for your simplicity, for your easiness, okay? So once you do so, just click on save. Now come back to your website, cut this thing, refresh, and everything should be fine over here. Okay. So as you can see guys, now those gap are gone. Now if you see, there is again a lot of gap on this menu bar. This menu bar is really very ugly. Now what we want to do, we want to remove or we want to minimize the gap at top and bottom. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll select this thing from here, right click over here, select inspect. Okay. Now again at the right hand side we see the CSS code. So first one here, it says padding left 20 pixels, padding right 20 pixels. I don't want to change that because I want some gap at left and right of each of this menu. Okay, if I remove that, then what will happen, everything will stick to each other. So I don't want to remove that. The next one is padding bottom 21 pixels, padding top 21 pixels. I want to change that. Okay, I won't be making that 0 because that would really look ugly, but I'll decrease that from 21 pixels. I'll make it 10 pixels. Okay, and as you can see, when I put 10 pixels, you could see the changes on your screen. Okay, now this looks much better. So again, I'll copy this code. Okay, let me take this above. Now I'll copy this code from here, again come back over here and paste it over here. Okay, now again click on save, come back to your website, cut this, refresh, and everything should be fine. Okay, as you can see, the changes have taken place. So this was basically a very important thing about padding and margin. You can use it anywhere. For example, if you want to remove this gap, you can apply the same settings, same steps that we do. Okay, now let's see the next item. So next we'll see how to change color. Okay, for example, if you see over here, this is an ugly purple color. I don't like this. I want to change this color. So what I'll do, I'll just hover over here and right click on that and click on inspect again. Okay, so when you select this, at the right hand side you'll see over here this color. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll click on this color. Now I get this color box. Now I want to make this thing red. So what I'll do, I'll select this color from here, but this is too dark. So as you can see, this is the next option, is to decrease the transparency. Okay, as you can see, when I just make changes over here, it is changing over here. So the transparency is decreasing. Okay, so this looks much better. So what I'll do, I'll copy this code from here. Okay, and paste it over here. So this will change the color of this thing. Now I also want to change the color of this button. As you can see, it is very dark red, and when we hover over this, we get this ugly purple color. So I want to change both those colors. So again, I'll select this button, right click on the button and select inspect. Okay, now I'll get all the option related to button. Okay, so the first one, as you can see over here, is hover. When we hover, we get this color. So this is the color over here. So let's change this color to some good color. Okay, so let's see whether changes have taken. As you can see, now when we hover, we get a very beautiful light blue color. Okay, so I want that. So I'll copy this code from here. Just copy this code and again paste it over here. Okay, now I also want to change this ugly red color. So let's search for that. Okay, first let's save all these changes and again come back to your website and see whether the changes are taking place or not. Okay, let's cut this, refresh the website. Okay, as you can see guys, the changes have taken place. This has become light red color, and when we hover this button, it becomes blue, light blue. Okay, now let's change the color of the button. So just click on right click on this button, select inspect. Okay, now at the top you see this red color. Select this red color and change it to anything you want. For example, let's make it red but lighter red. Okay, so I'll decrease the opacity from here. Okay, the second option, if you could see my cursor, the second option is the opacity. So as you can see, when I increase or decrease that, the changes are taking place on the button. Okay, so I want a lighter color. So this looks much better according to me. So I am satisfied. Now I'll copy this whole code from here. Again, come back over here and paste it. Now if you see and if you're noticing guys, this thing is really easy. You don't have to be an expert or anything. You don't even need to know any basic knowledge about HTML or CSS. This is just common sense. You can do it. Okay, so let's refresh and see. Okay guys, so the changes have taken place. Now this looks much better. Okay, so we are done with padding, we are done with colors. Now let's see what is next. Next is very important, fonts. Okay, this is very important. Now I don't like this ugly font, so what I'll do, I'll right click on this and click on inspect. Okay, now here I'll search for font family. For example, here as you can see the font family option. Now I'll select this and I'll change to some different font. For example, sans serif. As you can see, when I typed sans serif, the font has changed. So this is how you do it. Very easy. Okay, so again I'll copy this code from here. Okay, come back over here, paste this code. You can change this font to anything you want. I just like this sans serif. Okay, so I have done that. Okay, so this is how you change font, very easy. Okay, now I also want to change the font of this menu. As you can see, it looks ugly. This is too bold. I want to just make it very thin. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll select this menu, click on inspect. Okay, now we have to find the font weight or font family, whatever you want to change. Now we want to change the font weight. Okay, we want to make it thin. Okay, so scroll down and here is the font family. If you want to change the font family, you can change it from here. Here is the font size. You can change the font size from here if you want to make it bigger or smaller. For example, let's see. Instead of 18, if you want to make it 22, you can do it from here. Okay, just change this 18 to 22, and as you can see the changes have taken place, but I don't want to make it 22. I was just showing you guys. Okay, so I'll change it back to 18, but I do want to make this thin. Okay, so I'll search for font weight. Okay, so this is font size, font family. Okay, here it is, font weight. It is 700. I want to make it 100. Okay, so instead of 700, just type in 100, and as you can see it has become thin, but I think it is very thin. So I'll increase this to maybe 300. Let's see. Okay, so this is not working. Let's make it 400. Okay, let's make it 500. Okay, this looks much better. Okay, so what you can do, just copy this code from here, come back to your website and paste the code over here. Okay, so this will make this font thin. Now let's click on this save button. Let's cut this thing, let's refresh, and everything should be fine. Okay, as you can see guys, everything is fine. I just wanted to talk one more thing. I think after this we can add one more point. Let's add a point. It is about this important, because I just noticed that there was an important code over there. Okay, for example, if you let's again click on this inspect button, and if you see there are many places. For example, over here important is used. Okay, why is this important code used? This is basically not part of this lecture, but just because I saw this, I am telling you. See, there might be many cases where you have different font sizes. Okay, but when you put in this important code, you are saying that whenever there is font size, we want this as the main size to overwrite all the different codes. Okay, so this, even if there is font size 22 pixels somewhere on your CSS file, when you mark this as important, this will overwrite that code. Okay, I hope you understand that. Hopefully. Okay, now let's see the next thing that we are going to do. This is theme boxed. Okay, for example, if you see this website is actually full with website. Okay, now let's increase or decrease the size of the website. For example, if you zoom out, you can still see that the menu is going through this website. So this is full width. Okay, so now what we'll see how to make it boxed. Okay, this is not recommended, by the way, because this would change many different coding, many different, for example, your website looks different on a browser, on your computer, on your laptop, and it looks totally different on your mobile phone. So by changing this, you also have to change the code which is the media query for mobile phone. Okay, so that is a bit complicated, not very complicated, but a bit complicated. So I would recommend you guys not to go with this, but still I am teaching you how to do that. Okay, so let's inspect this page. Okay, so we just have to go to the main body thing over here. So as you can see, this is the main body. Okay, now let's see, this is the main body. Okay, fine. So what I'll do, in this body text over here, in this body tag, I'll add some padding. Okay, so just type in padding left, okay, and enter any value, for example 100 pixels. And as you can see guys, when I put 100 pixels, this has shifted 100 pixels from the left hand side. Now similarly, I want to add another code, and I'll type in padding right this time. Okay, padding right, again 100 pixels. Now as you can see, first let's copy this code so that we don't miss it. Now as you can see guys, it is not full width. Okay, now here it is 100 pixels from both the side. We get 100 pixel gap from both the sides. So this is, you can have some gap at the top, at the bottom also. Okay, but I am showing you how to do this for left and right. You can have for top, bottom, anywhere you want. Okay, so this was theme boxed. Okay, how you can make your theme boxed. This is basically called the box theme, and what you saw earlier was the full width theme. Okay, so we have copied that code. Let's paste that code over here. Okay, click on save. Okay, refresh this page, and as you can see, the changes have taken place. Now let's see what is next. Background color. So as you can see, at present the background color is white. Okay, you can change any color, like we changed this font colors. It is similar, very much similar. Okay, so just click on this inspect. Okay, body background color, as you can see at the top, is white. So let's change this to some different color. Okay, let's see, for example, this is aquamarine. Okay, so let's change this to aquamarine. So we just use this code, if you remember. So instead of copying this same code again, what I'll do, I'll just go back over here and change this code. Where is that? Over here it is, body thing which we just copied, and change this white color with aquamarine. You can again copy this whole code and paste it over there. That will also work. Click on save, cut this thing, and let's refresh. And as you can see, everything looks fine. Okay, so the changes have taken place. So this is how you change the color of anything. For example, if you want to change the color of this thing, the menu bar. Okay, so what you will do, you will right click on the menu bar, click select inspect. Okay, here you see this green color. So what I'll do, select this, make it red, blue, green, whatever you want. Okay, now just copy this code, come again over here, paste this code. Okay, now click on save. Again come back to your website, refresh, and now it should be red. Okay, so again, as you can see, it is red, so the changes have taken place. So if, as you can see guys, if you are noticing, it is really easy. It's not rocket science. Even if you don't know anything about programming, CSS, HTML, whatever those languages are, you can easily do it. Okay, and now as you can see, this looks much better. Okay, except for this background color. Okay, now let's see what is next. Okay, so next is theme width. Okay, I think we have already seen that. Okay, the width of the theme, but we can see the width of this section over here. Okay, for example, if you see, this section is starting from here and it is ending over here. Now if you want your section, your content to start exactly from here at the extreme left and end at the extreme right, you can also do that, but again, this is also not recommended. This will, okay, you can do these things. Okay, don't do this box settings. Okay, that would just make some changes to your theme. You can do this thing which I am going to do now. Now click on this inspect. Okay, now this is not the thing. When you hover here, you see nothing, only this section. Okay, so what you'll do, okay, when I hover this section, this class container, as you can see, now we can see three colors, the blue color, then a green color, then orange color. So blue color, like earlier, is the main element. After that, the green color, the very thin green line, if you could see that is padding. And after that, the orange one is the margin. Okay, so here we'll see how to change the margin, how to change the theme width. Okay, so as you can see, at present the theme width is set to some pixels, so we'll change this to 100%. Okay, so as you can see, when we change this to 100%, now this thing is starting right from here. Okay, and when now we hover over this, we don't see any margins. Okay, so margins are gone. So you can do this also if you want to, it's all up to you. Okay, and if you like this, just copy this code again, come back over here, paste it, click on save. Okay, again refresh the website to see whether the changes have taken place. Okay, no, the changes haven't taken place. Is there any mistake? Let's see. Looks fine. Okay, let's again refresh. Okay, fine. This has not changed. Okay, so what we can do, we can manually remove the margins. Okay, so let's search for margins. Here it is, margin left, margin right, auto. So instead of auto, just type in 0 over here, margin left, and margin right also 0. Okay, and copy this code and paste it over here. Okay, so you can do it both the ways. Just click on save. Now let's refresh, and hopefully this time, okay, this time it is working. As you can see, when we refreshed, everything looks fine now. So you can do this also if you wanna just use the complete space. If you want to do that, you can do it. Okay, so this was about theme width. Now let's see hide element. Now sometimes as I said, we did those earlier changes to get some good look, to remove the extra gaps. Now suppose you want to remove this logo, you don't want this logo over here. Okay, so what you can do, just click on this, right click on this logo, select inspect. Okay, here it is, the logo thing. Now what you can do, you can add a code over here. Okay, just type in display and here type in none. As you can see, when we did that, the logo is completely gone with a simple code, a single line code, display none. Now wait, I don't want this whole section, the whole header at the top. Okay, so you can even do that. Let's select this header, right click on this header. Okay, and as you can see, when I scroll hover here, I can see only small section, but I want the complete section. So I'll just hover different codes and see. Okay, as you can see, when I hover this code, I can see the complete section is selected. So I'll click on this code, so I'll see the CSS of those code over here. So here, as you can see, display is block. So I'll I'm sorry, so I'll select this block, and instead of block, I'll type none. And as you can see, as I type none, that thing is gone. So you have a lot of space over here. Okay, so you can just copy this code from here, come back to your website and paste it over here. Okay, so that is really easy. You can hide anything. If you want to hide these things, you can hide this also. It's all up to you. Okay, so this was hide element. Now let's see something about borders. Okay, for example, let's see this button. Okay, so when you see, there is no border at this button, but suppose you want to add some border just to beautify the website, you can also do that. Okay, so let's do that. Let's right click on this button, select inspect. Okay, so let's add a border over here. Okay, so what you can do, under this code, you can just click on over here to add a new line and just type in border, simple. Okay, just type in border, press enter, And now you have to type the color of the border you want. For example, black. So you can just type in black. Okay. Now after black, if you see, no changes have taken place. We cannot see any black border. That is because we have to specify some more things. So after black, just press the space bar and type in solid. Okay. And as you can see, when we typed solid, we can see a border around this button. Okay, but that is very bold, very thick. We want it thin. So after solid, we can again enter the space bar, and now we'll type 1 pixel. Okay, now as you can see, that border has become very thin, and this looks much better. Okay, so we can copy this code from here if you like this thing. Okay, and come over here and paste it over here. Okay, and click on save. By the way guys, I would recommend you guys to go to w3school.com. that is very awesome website, free website. You can learn CSS, HTML and many bootstrap, any language you want, PHP, for free. Most of the languages are there on that website and very easily. I have used that website a lot, and I would give a very good rating to that website. That is very useful. It's absolutely free. Okay, so you will, when you see that, when you use that website, you will know more about CSS and you can understand more. Okay, so that would really help you. Okay, so we are done with border. Let's see what is next. The last one is alignment. There are many other things, but I selected these things. These are the most common and most important things. For example, if you see this text over here, it is left aligned, but I want to change this alignment. So what I'll do, I'll just right click on this text, click on inspect. Okay, and I'll search for alignment. Okay, let's search where it says alignment. Nowhere it says alignment. Okay, so let's change it over here. Let's add a new code over here. Okay, just type in text dash align. Okay, and here type in center, and as you can see guys, now everything is center aligned. Okay, so you can just copy this code from here. Okay, come back over here and paste this code, click on save. Okay guys, so as you can see, it was very easy. Let's first refresh and see whether that change has taken place or not. Okay, as you can see, that has taken place, and this is so easy, so useful. Even if your premium theme or your free theme doesn't have those features to change different things, you can use these simple tricks to do so. Okay, I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do so, if you like this tutorial, make sure to give a thumbs up to this video. Also subscribe to my channel, because I will make, and I also always make very useful and very awesome videos. Okay, if you don't like this video for some reason, please let me know the reason in the comment section below, so that I can improve myself. Okay, so make sure you comment in the comment section below. That would really help you. Thanks a lot for watching.